Maybe Psy could be good. Because he can pop leads, he can pop camo, and at his higher levels he can pop mobs by himself. So maybe he's not a bad option. I would say Churchill, but I think he falls off at the higher rounds fairly quickly, so maybe not him. Silas could be good since he boosts all the ice monkeys, but ice monkeys alone aren't enough either. I don't know. Pretty sure there's only one way to make money on deflation and chimps, but it's only map specific. Really? I didn't know about that. I would guess that one beginner map, this one, because there's all these little money nodes around, but I can't remember what we did for chimps, if that's true. Yeah, we'll try that today. If we make good time on this black border here, then we'll go back to deflation and get that done. Magic Monkeys only or ABR? Magic Monkeys only is obviously going to be the easier of the two. So if we ramp up with Magic Monkey up to half cash, that'd be fine. But what hero do we want to use? You know what? I was just talking about Psy, so let's use him. Or them, sorry. I always forget that Psy goes by them. Let me try out Psy for a bit. Get accustomed to their stuff. And in the meantime, what could we use to cover what Psy cannot? There's not much that Psy can't pop. I think they can only cannot pop purples. So Ninja would be fine. Druid would be okay. A Mermonkey would be alright. Do a Mermonkey. Let's do a middle or top path Mermonkey. Do a top path Mermonkey. And Psy. We'll have Psy in the corner somewhere. Should work out. Should be about one more round. Obviously, we're not on Impoppable or Chimps, so we're not too worried about losing too many lives. Put you near the Mermonkey. If I can use your ability and stun the balloons near Mermonkey. Great, so let's just wait on Psy. Then we'll think about all these other towers and what they can do to see what we can come up with. Ah! Hello! Hello, Victor. How are you? I'm doing well. I guess this is probably going to take a while. Kind of forgot different heroes have different XP rates. Psy is one of the slower ones, unfortunately. At the very least, we could keep a setup like this. We have good positioning for the mermonkey. We can keep this for deflation for the future. Can't imagine there'd be too much that would slip by the mermonkey. Obviously, when it's unupgraded and when Sai is not upgraded, maybe there's going to be a few, but once we get up there, I don't know if there's going to be too much that'll slip through without getting popped, but let's see. Oh, do you not? Only your trident pops purples? I thought this thing was able to pop purples. I guess not. Well, the trident can, but not the tentacles. I thought the tentacles could. Alright, in that case, maybe let's go for ninja. The ninja can just do that. I do want to finish setting up this guy first, though. There we go. Alright, let's keep an eye on the purples, but I don't know, maybe now it won't be so bad because it's tier 4. What's Sai doing? Haven't checked up on Sai in a minute. Psychic Blast pulses twice, and Sai can now destroy ceramic balloons. Next we have Destructive Resonance causes balloons destroyed by Sai's main attack to damage other nearby balloons. What is that? What? Destructive Resonance causes balloons destroyed by Sai's main attack. Destructive Resonance causes balloons destroyed by Sai's main attack to damage other nearby balloons. Isn't that already a thing? I thought we already had that.
Be wary.
Maybe it just gets stronger. Oh. I thought we already had that power though. Okay, yeah, I think purples are fine now. Destroy purples with one attack with the trident. We're doing fine.
What do you see?
So I guess this is something. We could probably take this around 60, so that'll get us through a deflation game. I still don't really know how we're going to get up around 100, though. Still a bit of a mystery. my shoulder is messing with me today. Feels real bad today. First it was the food. I mean, the food was annoying enough. I had to like, I don't know, there's just something in my brain that was like, finish the food, finish the food, finish the food. I've never really had that many, like, strong impulses in my life to like do something physically, but I think that was one of those moments, to be honest with you. For some reason, my body was just telling me to eat the food, eat the food, eat the food. It wouldn't let me do much else until I did. But now it's like my shoulder is like, I'm trying to relieve the pain, but every time I do, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but if you've ever been in pain, like lingering pain, you know how it affects the rest of your body. So, you know, if it's bad enough, people will like get shortness of breath, or they'll not be able to walk or something like that, depending on what the pain is. So I feel like for me, anytime I try to relieve my shoulder, it like causes me to not be able to use the rest of my upper body as well. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weird to describe it that way, but like I yawn a lot. There's times where I'll try to like relieve the pain while I'm doing something with my other arm. It feels like I lose control of my other hand for a minute. Or for like a split second, not even a minute, just a split second while I adjust my other shoulder, you know? So it's like, for me, it's either be in pain or get a second of relief, but then you like interrupt everything that I'm doing, basically. I don't know. It's just been annoying. Today it's just acting up a lot. Usually not quite that bad, but today it feels bad today.
More shall come. Red is the color of destiny.
Thankfully, we don't have to do too much in this game. We just have to be on top of the mental. Oh, so I can pop purple balloons. Oh, I didn't know that. At level 11, Sai can pop balloons. Purple balloon. Cool. Cool, cool. Oh, wait. Alright, that was a little close.
Be wary.
But now we know this thing can get past round 60 with enough attention. Seems like that's about the limit, though. It can't really pop a BFB by itself. And obviously, in deflation, we wouldn't be able to afford Lord of the Abyss, but you know, obviously now we can. Alright. Let's just keep this going then. Just for the fun of it. So now we know Sai can pop purples. I didn't know that before. So that kind of frees up some real estate. I still need coverage for the early game. We can do some selling, we can do some preparations in the meantime and all that stuff. So something like if we did like a super monkey at the beginning of the game, and then by this point in a deflation run, if we had enough money, we turn it into a plasma monkey. Let Sai take care of the purple blue. Do something like that. Or something similar with the druid. I believe the druid kind of acts the same way. You could have the thorns in the early game, and then you could upgrade to like a super storm, or even I think middle path can't pop purples. Can't quite remember. feel like there is something in the druid path that can't pop purples. We could use Psy to cover for that as well.
Be wary.
I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting one today, I feel. Just a little bit. Okay, so your tier 4 got to around 60. Let's see if your tier 5 can't get up to around 80. Should be able to, but let's see.
Be wary. Red is the color of destiny.
You know what? I feel like I actually excited to go back to work today. I was waiting for a break. Because like I said, I got some clerical work that I needed to get done. I've been waiting for a break so I can get it done. I did. But now, I don't know, I feel like I've been playing so many video games over break and not doing much else that I'm like excited to actually go outside. When I wasn't doing all that back-end stuff, I would just play Minecraft for the most part. Oh. Now I'm like, oh, I've been sitting at this desk for like a week straight. Let me just go outside and talk to some other humans for the first time in a week. I'm not too excited that I do have to stream 4 days in a row, but I'm somewhat excited to go back to work.
Red is the color of destiny.
Only thing is, two things. I hope that I don't have to lead the lesson for today, because we switch off all the time. There's like, let's say, for example, there's 2 teachers per grade. So, let's say 2 teachers for 6th grade, 2 for 7th, 2 for 8th. Each of the teachers would have to lead 2 days of the week. So, I would get, for example, like Monday and Tuesday, and the other teacher would get Wednesday, Thursday. Then Friday is more of like a free day. So, doesn't matter quite as much.
What do you seek?
All I hope is that I'm not leading today. I'm not too great at that. Like taking more of a supportive, not center of attention role. Other thing is, I hope not understaffed today. Sometimes we get understaffed. Obviously that. Oh,
Some leaves
Oh,
must
oh, oh,
fall.
oh, oh, wait, 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 wait. Oh! Clutch, clutch, clutch. Close. Close on that one, but we got it. We got it, we got it, we got it. Anyways, I just hope we're not understaffed today. So we only have so many people, so whenever one person misses, one person is okay, you know, one person missing is not too big of a deal. Obviously that starts to add up pretty quickly though, so you know, you have a bad day, maybe two people miss. It's not horrible, but it's like, you know, we're starting to get pretty strained over here, and all of a sudden, you know, again, you have a bad day, 3-4 people miss, and all of a sudden everybody's got to do extra work to make up for those people. So I hope I'm not understaffed today. I hope I'm not leading today. That's really all I'm hoping for. Kids really aren't a problem. For some reason I thought working at a middle school was going to be a lot more taxing than it is. I guess maybe if I were a proper teacher, that would be a different story, but for my little part-time gig, it's not too bad at all. And again, you know, obviously any teacher above the elementary school level, for the most part, is going to have like a whole bunch of different classes. So yes, I would think that would be taxing on the body and the mind, of course. But, you know, how taxing could it be to have one class for like 90 minutes and then switch to another class for 90 minutes? Because I'm thinking, like, if a kid has a problem, obviously some middle schoolers are going to have, you know, some kind of issues sometime, right? So I'm thinking, like, if a kid has a behavior problem in class for like a day, like the kid's just having a bad day or something, you really only have to deal with that specific kid for like 90 minutes, right? So I don't know, I feel like you're just having a bad day as a teacher. I would hope that, you know, at least one of your classes would bring up your mood. And I don't really know. Don't really know. Not to say that it's worse for me because I'm keeping track of the same class for a few hours, but it's like, I thought it would just be more taxing, but it's not. It's not really. I feel like they act pretty well. They like the program, so that's good for me. Alrighty. Looking pretty good here. Pretty standard here. I'm thinking we just get the tier 5 on the gunslinger or the desperado. I always say gunslinger. Get the tier 5 and then we'll just cruise. I doubt there's much we'll have to worry about by the time we get that.
Some leaves must fall. More
Okay. That's okay, that's okay. That's why we have the bubble shield. You know, I was just talking about, how I just came off a break for President's Week. I was thinking, what other holidays are nearby? Because for some reason I always forget how the beginning of the year goes. Not too sure what it is, but I don't know, in my brain I always think about the end of the year in terms of holidays, so like, I guess it was more salient when I was in school, but it would go like summer, obviously. And then like from the moment that I would start school, I would be thinking about, oh, we have a fall break for a week, I think, during like, isn't there like a week break in there somewhere? Or am I wrong? Maybe not. I know there's like Labor Day, there's Veterans Day, maybe Veterans Week? I can't remember. Then of course we get the Christmas stuff, but I don't know, sometimes in my brain I just think about it like, you start school and then I'm like, okay, we got this long until we got Veterans Day, and then we got this long until Christmas break. That's always been like fairly salient in my head. But now, beginning of the year, after we come back from Christmas, I'm always like, I don't really know. It's gonna toughen it out until like spring break, which I don't even know when that comes around. Sometimes it's in March, sometimes it's in April, and then like May is like no man's land because you got Cinco de Mayo, which is not even really Mexican Independence Day or something. I don't know. People always say, oh, that's not really Mexican Independence Day, that's just an American thing. And it's like, okay, so when is it? Like, why don't we celebrate that? And we don't even get the day off. So I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. And sports is a whole thing, because I never remember what sports come around this time of year. But I know about football at the end of the year, of course. So, January, February rolls around, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just waiting till summer. What do we have? I know we have St. Patrick's Day coming up. Valentine's Day and President's Week obviously went by. We have St. Patty's Day. We have April Fool's Day. Spring break, which is, like I said, it kind of changes sometimes. Easter. And then, again, I don't really know much about May. There's probably some kind of, like, Memorial Day or, like, Blue Collar Observance Day or something like that, like some kind of adult holiday that I just never recognized as a kid. And then, of course, by then, summer's already there, around the corner. So I already know I'm going to be slogging through the next couple of months, just wondering what's going on.